Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and in this video, I will be reviewing the iPhone 7. Now, this is not my iPhone. This is my brother's iPhone that he just got. But I am going to review this iPhone, sort of take a trip back down memory lane and review an older piece of technology. Now, obviously, this device is not updated on the latest iOS version. The latest iOS version is iOS 18, which this device is running iOS 15. Now I'm going to go over the cameras and the sort of overall performance of how an old iPhone like this on iOS 15 performs. We're also going to go over the speaker test when I play back the video that I record a little later in the video. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the wallpapers. Now, obviously, as I mentioned, this is on iOS 15, so it does have the light mode wallpaper. Go out of that one. And here's the one for iOS 14, both in light and dark mode. There are some older ones. These are iOS 14.2. I wish Apple can sort of bring back some of these desert-scape wallpapers. Sort of, we get the next ones in maybe iOS 19.2. But you wouldn't really expect a device like this to get something like Apple Intelligence, which is on the iPhone 16 models. Now, I believe the color on this one, as I forgot to mention at the start of the video, I think this is either jet black or space gray. Let me know down in the comments if you know what color this is, because it looks like space gray to me. So if you guys are able to tell in the comments, or maybe that's just how the camera is picking it up, if you guys know in the comments, let me know what color this device is. If it's either space gray or jet black. Because I did own an iPhone 7 Plus, I would say about in 2020. Now, how this iPhone performs, if I go in the app library, I typically like to do some scrolling. Now, I believe this is also a 60 hertz display. Could be wrong. I haven't done much research on the iPhone 7. When it comes to the processor, this does have the A10 Fusion chip. Now, I'm not able to download anything, so I can't download Geekbench 5 and run a Geekbench test to show you guys. But on iOS 15, this device performs pretty normal. I mean, I don't recommend using something like this in 2025 as it is an older version. But in terms of what features we have with this particular device, this is running iOS 15.8.3, but Safari does look pretty much the same. Bear with me here as I'm trying to one-handedly use this. Safari pretty much looks how it always does, where we have the bottom tab. That hasn't changed much for the past couple of years. Now, obviously, this is missing out on a lot of features. Like with iOS 16, the version of software after this, you were able to make significant changes to the lock screen. If you wanted to change the wallpaper, you just press and hold and you can add widgets. I will show you on my iPad. Now we're running iOS 18. Hold on, let me just bring down the brightness for you guys because I know the screen's really bright. If I just show you guys here, you can pretty much add widgets. Now, unfortunately, since this iPhone 7 is running an older version of software, you're not able to do that. And for some reason, this keeps getting out of Do Not Disturb. I have that on for this video. But as far as the cameras, let's get to that part. Now, I believe this might have, I hope you guys are able to see this on camera, how the cameras are. Let's take a couple pictures. Okay. Let's do some video testing. I'm going to test out the mic modes on here. Let's make sure the volume's all the way up. This is a camera test on the iPhone 7. We're recording with the rear camera. And I know the battery, I think that was a low battery indicator. Not entirely sure. But I was busy looking at the cameras. This is the rear. I think it's a 7 megapixel. I have to do some research. And then we're going to flip it around to the front. As you can see, I'm recording with the front-facing camera. The cameras on here they should be good enough. But compared to the newer iPhones, like I'm holding the iPhone 12. I've had this for, you guys already know, 2 years, going on 3. But the iPhone 7 does have amazing cameras, or okay cameras. Compared to the newer phones, you're definitely missing out on a lot. Now, let's play back the audio sound. Let's play back. This is a camera test on the iPhone 7. We're recording with the rear camera. And I know the battery, I think that was a low battery indicator. Not entirely sure. As you can see, I'm recording with the front. But the cameras on here are impressive. They are nice. Now, as far as battery life, yep, that was definitely a low battery indicator. You probably won't get good battery life on here. You probably will get not so great battery life. Now, as far as customization, iOS 15 was very limiting. As you know, in iOS 18, you pretty much can move apps around and you can tint your icons. This was a couple generations before iOS 15, or iOS 18 rather. So you can't really move apps or position them how you want. As far as the overall look and feel of this device, the design is very much outdated. I mean, the iPhone SE, current model iPhone SE, does look like this phone, and it does carry over the home button of the iPhone 8 design, but the design on the iPhone 7 is outdated. It does have that 4.8-inch display, which, if you know me, I love large iPhones, so I'm recording off of a 12, which has a 6.1-inch display. Here's my, let's see if I can spin this around. See, you guys can see the iPhone 12. I'm currently recording off of that.
Sorry, I don't understand.
I know Siri went off on there. So overall, this is a pretty great device. Now, as far as if you should buy this in 2025, well, I honestly do not think you should. This does not get the latest iOS version. As far as to use it as just a device for media consumption and not as your personal device, maybe you can buy it for that. But as far as to use as a main phone and make phone calls on it, I don't think it would really be worth it. I mean, honestly, overall, this is a pretty great device, but if you really want to go for something that's powerful, that has the latest software, but that's budget friendly, I would consider an iPhone 11 or maybe an iPhone XR. But it's a good possibility that the iPhone XR won't be supported for much longer, but at the same time, it could also be getting iOS 19. So maybe go for an iPhone XR or an iPhone 11 or even an iPhone 12. If you do want to get the iPhone 7, you can go for it, but I wouldn't keep it as your main device. Hopefully, you guys liked this video. I just wanted to review the iPhone 7 in 2025, sort of give you my thoughts. It's a good phone, really nice, but I don't think you should go for it. It does not support the latest iOS version, which is not good for security updates. I don't know how long Apple will continue to support iOS 15 for, so maybe go for something that has more iOS updates. But to keep this as just a device for watching YouTube and browsing the web occasionally, if you don't really care about latest software, you just want to browse the web and you already have, say, a newer iPhone and you just want to browse the web on a piece of history, then maybe you can go for it. But if you want something that's powerful, probably consider something newer. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and I will see you guys later.